Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 8:53 on Tuesday evening. Back with a couple for tomorrow. Found it very difficult to get a handle on anything tomorrow. In comparison with today, I could have had nearly 10 selections put up and I narrowed them down to, 4 was it? But tomorrow found it sort of a dire straits sort of a day. But we got a couple in the finish. I made a pound today, or a few pound. The school that the kids will pick up, they come out at 10 to 4. So I arrived about 20 to 4 today, parked, and said I'll watch the quarter to 4 race on the phone. So put on one of the betting apps and went on anyway. And I looked at the top of the bet and down along, and I said, that horse, what was it? Alphonse Legrand. I said, must be withdrawn. It was 25 to 1. And I said, that can't be right. There's something up here. I said, how could that be 25 to 1? 9 to 4 this morning. 2 to 1 in places. And it was 25 to 1. It was, I think it SP'd at 14s. But I don't know whether they tried to entice more money to come on or what. But rarely have I ever seen that from a horse to drift from 9 to 4 out to 25 to 1. The writing was on the wall, as I'm sure most of the passengers on the bus would be aware. Coming from that yard, you don't win a race when that happens. But the horse showed a bit of ability, didn't he? He got up into position, but then the handbrake went on again, and now it wasn't great to look at either, but it'll win a race or two, and hopefully will be on it the day that it will. It's amazing, the handbrakes don't be used as often on low class or middle class racing in England. Enthused, he done what I thought he might do. I was showing you last night the reason I picked him was because he just got into bother a few times when he was making his run, and even today he didn't get clear sailing coming up to the second last, but when he did get out he showed a nice turn of foot on that ground. Ground is key to a horse, I always say. So no more than the 2 yesterday, that one, he done the business on the jumps in the UK. Then we had one that didn't like the ground. That one in Ayr hated the drying ground. I didn't realise it was going to be good to firm there. I thought it was good to soft. I might have got away with that to get even a place. And then the same thing nearly applied to Douglas DC in the last. I thought he was, for someone that has plenty of stamina, why was he back so far? Like, you're not going to be a razzie to make up so much ground in the stretch. And I hope some of you back Shauna May. I had it down yesterday evening first as a selection, and I between him and Douglas DC, and I went with Douglas DC more likely to get placed, I thought. Got placed, but Shauna May went out 13 to 2 this morning, and there was money for it then, it went off 7 to 2. So got the win eventually, that horse. Yeah. Shauna May. Tomorrow, I had two picked out. We go to the first one. It's. I always look for a listed or group race or graded race of some sort first, and I picked out Husn, but he opened up 6 to 4, 13 to 8. Happy money for him. I can see why but he'll probably drift again in the morning. I found another one that will stick in a double. It's rated 103. The bottom one is Pink Carnation, rated 102. They're on level weights, but this is a nice little filly. And the last day in the Dahlia Stakes, this is her 4 from the left or 3 from the right. The winner is on the very left, shows a great turn of foot. And this was over 9 furlongs, so the step up and trip tomorrow, an extra furlong, will suit.
as well. Husn and with the moonlight behind those, but down into the dip, and she's clearing away. Via Sistina and Jamie Spencer, 4 or 5 lengths ahead at this stage. Jamie, a long look round. There's no danger. She's absolutely bolted up. Via Sistina, very impressive. Husn in second place, Astral Bow in third. Life in Motion, Mike.
Yeah, the filly, the one that won the winner is good, but that one, I'd imagine, should be competitive tomorrow in that race. Instruction Johnny Murchison's over one. Holly Doyle riding that Pink Carnation, but Al Husn good enough for him. Might double that with one and the 750 at Southwell. Mysterica. It's even money as well. This was rated 91 on the flat, which was with Tim Easterby. 2 runs for David Pipe. The first one was on the flat, but the last day, I think you'll see what happened at the second last. Coming to win the race, I thought, and there was a bit of bumping and barging, and it sort of upset her.
The leader from Evenwood, Son of a Gun, Our Scholar at the inside of Alahai, Seaforth Mancy ridden along, then Mysterica, then Wurlitzer and Guard on Lauren, 4 lengths to Ruby's Comet, turning in and closing in on the third from home. Comedy Kicks from Evenwood, Son of a Gun, with Mysterica being produced on the outside of Alahai's, and on their inside is Our Scholar, then Wurlitzer, jumping 3 from home. It was Comedy Kicks taken on by Evenwood, Son of a Gun. Mysterica moving through strongly on the outside, then follows Our Scholar. The leaders wandering about, gave Evenwood, Son of a Gun a bump before jumping 2 out. Comedy Kicks, Evenwood, Son of a Gun. Mysterica still within a length of them, then Our Scholar and Alahai's, and those 5 are clear going over the final flight on the long run for home. Evenwood, Son of a Gun, Mysterica pressing Comedy Kicks on the inside. Our Scholar switching round them. Mysterica's got to the front, halfway up the run-in. Comedy Kicks rallies on the far side, regains the lead. Comedy Kicks.
That Comedy Kicks is a decent old animal, just be with Jessica Harrington. So I don't think there's anything of that calibre there tomorrow. Just be with Jessie, wasn't it? That was second to Jazzy Matty last December and 5th behind Newsret. Raised 114, so I would hope that would be a double that might click tomorrow. To be 2 even monies is a 3-to-1 double. We tried that the other day, and I think the 2 of them were second, were they? Let me see, 410 at Yarmouth. Normally I don't go down to class 6 unless there's a staying race on the flat. There's a mile 6. I could have picked nearly 1 of 4 here, but I came down on account of the ground being good to Ferrum. Came down on Purple Rain by Camelot. Cherry Cola is back from jumping. It seems to like Nottingham. Testing Faith. Buick is an interesting booking for Ian Williams, and he's a fair old strike rate for him, but I just don't think he might have the gear. The top one as well is decent. Smokey Malone won at Southwell before, but Purple Rain, and going on this is good to firm ground. It won on good ground in Chepstow before. These are average beasts, but the last day it runs well in Catterick, this horse too, but it ran well enough the last year. It was 4 lengths, I think, back to
Purple
the
Rain, Silver
third.
Vision. Further back to Odd Venture. To the outside, Hasif is certainly in the clear, as is Visitant on the wide outer. Inside the final 2, Boudica Warrior. Skedaddle's getting a nice run up the inside, or trying to. Silver Vision's right there. Purple Rain in the centre. And it's Purple Rain now with Jamil, who's come from off the pace in the hands of Mark Wynn. And it is Jamil and Purple Rain, those two, kicking on from Visitant. Then Boudica Warrior, who's got no more to offer inside the last 75 yards. It's Jamil and Purple Rain, Jamil and Purple Rain, Jamil just in front. Jamil for 3 wins at the track. Purple Rain second, Visitant and Odd Venture together in behind.
The Step Up and Trip tomorrow, I'm hoping it'll suit that horse. It was third in fast last before out of mile 6. One bad run in Weatherby though. Now I wouldn't be going mental, but I was trying. That's how difficult. I'm down to a class 6 at a mile 6 on the turf, and then we have. This could be I think this might be the best bet of the day. It's a class 2 horse, a class 2 race. But St. Calvados, he's down to 149. This is his first time at 2 miles since, I think it's only his second or third time ever at 2 miles. The last time he was a 2 mile, yeah, he went out in front. First time out in Cheltenham in 2019. I think that was the last time he was a 2 mile. It is, yeah. Oh no, he was the champion. But the last day he ran, it was 2 miles 4 in air. Went out in front. And he absolutely pinged everything. And you have to be a good jumper in Warick. I think if he goes out tomorrow,
Sleeves and Cab. Christopher Wood to that one south side, then Dubai Days, who's trying to edge ever closer. That was 4 from the end. St. Calvados is still there. Killer Clown has now been ridden along in second. Richmond Lake still being weighted with in third. Dubai Days is still keeping on. And then Christopher Wood and Bashrog. Here's the final open ditch. 3 out. St. Calvados landed out in front. Dubai Days is now beginning to produce an effort to the outer in the red and blue. Then Richmond Lake and Christopher Wood. This is 2 out. St. Calvados in front. Dubai Days is a little untidy. Richmond Lake now begins to play between them. They're on towards the final fence. St. Calvados, Dubai Days, Richmond Lake between the pair of them over the last. And it was just St. Calvados who's battling away. Richmond Lake and Dubai Days are coming though. Richmond Lake in the centre, just edging it now, and it's Richmond Lake to win it. Richmond Lake from Dubai Days and St. Calvados. Clear from Christopher Wood.
he actually went down a pound for that. The main Mercy and Prince is a front runner as well. That's gone up 3 pounds, I think, for its last, from 137 to 140. So we'll give it a £9. But I think he might pop out in front tomorrow, Harry, and show them how the old timer can do it. Well, he's 10, other than his 12. It's a small field. So there's an interesting race. I might, at some stage tomorrow, there's a grand class 3 flat race in Kempton. Shockwaves is going up from a mile up to a mile and a half. I remember Sea King. I'll see if it doesn't drift alarmingly tomorrow. It's decent old horse, this. Hasn't been seen in a while, but it has ran well on Good to Ferrum before. So I'll see how the betting is tomorrow and see if there's anything we could get tomorrow. If that's it, it's late in the day anyway. Anyway, that's me. It's 8 minutes past 9 now. I want to get this up quick. That little doggy is looking for me. She's looking across the road after bringing her for a walk. Bash the bookies. Over and out.